Rico Caveglia. I want to welcome you to this episode of Fearless Aging, where in every episode, my guests and I, we strive to offer you proven tips and strategies that you can implement immediately to greatly improve your overall health and well-being. So we're here to inspire you and empower you to become your best self so you can go out and make a bigger positive difference in the world. So the title of today's episode is How to Age with Purpose, Positivity, and Live to 100 or More. And I don't think there's anybody who doesn't want to do that. And so our expert guest today is Dr. Joe Casciani. He's a psychologist who has specialized in senior care for over 30 years. He is the creator of the Living to 100 Club and the new card deck, which is a guide to aging with purpose and positivity. So, Dr. Joe, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Rico. I'm really glad to be here. I look forward to our conversation.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I know you have this new product called the card deck.
Yeah.
Really interesting. We're going to talk a lot about that, and we'll just get a little bit about your background. How you got going and all this. Yeah. And I do want to mention too an interesting thing. We are actually neighbors. We only live a few blocks apart.
That's right.
And we still haven't even met in person, so we're going to have to do that pretty soon.
I did come and watch you play your drums, though, with your group once. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Okay. So just tell us a little bit. You originally were a psychologist. Well, you still are a psychologist.
Sure.
So how did you get so interested in aging and developing all the things for aging?
Yeah. It covers a lot of territory, but I started working with a inpatient psychiatric unit for seniors right out of the gate as soon as I got licensed. And then I was contracted to do some work for the Department of Aging here in California. I wrote a training manual for nurses who are working in nursing homes. And after that, Medicare changed their reimbursement to allow psychologists to get paid for providing psychological services to Medicare beneficiaries. I did that for many years. We started a group practice. We contracted with nursing homes in many states, probably 25 years. And then I left that group, started my own called Concept Healthcare. We did that some more. And then in 2018, I closed my clinical practice and just wanted to work more with older adults in the community. And I started the Living to 100 Club, which is all about educating and inspiring people, as you like to share as well. So educating and inspiring people about living longer, no matter what gets in the way. We know there's always going to be bumps and hurdles, but I maintain with a positive attitude, we can work through those challenges and still stay positive.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
And we know that everybody actually does want to live to be 100.
Sure.
Just from the funny saying that everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So everybody wants to live as long as they possibly can, and that's what you and I are about, to let people know that you definitely can stay healthy and energetic and contributing and live a fulfilled life, no matter what your age, 100 or even more.
Right. Well, we know so much about living longer. We know so much about what contributes to longevity. Fitness, which you're an expert in, and nutrition and engagement, staying active, staying involved with mission and purpose and all of that. But my niche is really what happens when we lose that, that desire, when we lose that positive attitude. And that happens because I've seen so many times people are just saying, I don't have it anymore. I just can't, I don't have that strength inside. And I say, as long as we're alive, as long as we're taking a breath, we can always tap into that resilience, that fire, that grit, whatever you want to call it. It's always there. So that's what I hope to focus on. Yeah.
Yeah. I think what you and I do really complement each other because it does. It starts in your mental, emotional state, but then you also, you got to take care of your physical state. Yeah. I think so many people, just kind of lose it and get pushed aside because they're dealing with so many health issues and lack of energy and all those things. So that's so too. So before we get into your new product, which is really exciting, your card decks, I know on your website you say working in this field of aging has taught you many things. So let's talk about some of those things, like how your future could be bigger than your past and age only in number and all those things.
Yeah, well, I believe that. It's age is only a number, and we know 60-year-olds who have slowed down, and we know 90-year-olds who are as vibrant and vital as ever. So let's not get caught up in that number itself. And as you just mentioned, that quote from Sullivan, Matt Sullivan, I think our future should be bigger than our past. And I maintain, we have good memories. We hold on to our, good times, family, vacations, holiday, but let's not get stuck there. Let's look at what's lying ahead, what doors we can open ahead. So that's one of the things I've learned. And this, I think we sometimes focus on what we cannot do, what's wrong, what we lost. And I say, let's look at what we still can do. Let's look at what we still have. Let's pay attention to those strengths because, the glass is half full and half empty. Which one do you want to focus on? I say, let's focus on half full and look at what opportunities lie ahead. So, I put this card deck together to kind of capture a lot of my writing, a lot of my experiences, a lot of my insights about staying positive. So, yeah, I'd be happy to talk about more my card decks. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that in just a minute. But yeah, I just want to add, yeah, actually, if you think about it, our life should be getting better as we age because we gain wisdom when we we gain knowledge and we learn how to uh, live better, and hopefully we learn how to get a control of our emotions better,
Yeah.
and what I like to add, Joe, and I know you agree with this. One of the biggest reasons what I like to tell people, aside from the fact, for your own personal benefit, you want to be as healthy and energetic and be able to enjoy your life no matter what your age. But also, I think you'll agree, as I just said, as we age, we gain wisdom and knowledge. So we need more people as they age to stay healthy and energetic so they can give back that wisdom and knowledge to help solve these monumental challenges that we're having as humanity, and also to be role models and mentors like yourself for younger people.
Hmm. That's a good point. That's a good point. We have our legacy, what we're leaving behind, what people think of us. I wrote a paper a few months ago about what is there to celebrate about aging. I said plenty. So
Yeah,
you can go to my website. It's one of my blogs. But there is, as you mentioned, the wisdom, the relationships. I think we have a greater tolerance for um, people who are different from us. We don't react so much. We kind of accept and roll with things a lot better. And the relationships. I think there's also time for more kind of introspection and spiritual growth that we didn't have
yes,
time for when we were younger, maybe raising families. So there are a lot of things that we really need to pay attention to. I was doing a support group yesterday, and I'd love to have these discussion groups with seniors. One woman said, aging is just, I won't say the word, but meaning, that was a common theme in the group. And I talked about, well, we can talk about what's wrong or we can talk about what's right. So let's look at
exactly.
what we still have, not what we don't have. Yeah. So I think that's important, that attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, really well said. I like that saying. You got to keep your attention on what you want, not what you don't want.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's so important.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think a good way to introduce your card deck. You guys made a really cool video.
Yeah.
So we got about a 2 minute video here we're going to play for you, and then we'll have you talk all about it, and also be sure and stay tuned to the end, and we'll let you know how you can connect with Joe and join his 100 Live to 100 club, and also how you can get your own copy of his new card deck. So we're going to play this really cool video right now. It's coming up. I hope. Come on.
Welcome.
Oh,
Welcome to
there we go.
Oh my goodness. It doesn't seem to be playing. I'm clicking on it. It doesn't want to play. Let's see here.
It was there for a flash. Yeah.
Welcome to Better, Longer, and Happier. Founded by a psychologist with over 40 years of experience working with older adults, our program is dedicated to help care facilities and senior organizations gain new perspectives on how to create communities of joy and purpose. But today, we'll explore how these card decks are made just for program and activity directors to help them come up with fun and inspiring activities. Moreover, these tools can be used to create engaging experiences that boost cognitive health and keep seniors more positive and involved. Each deck is part of a comprehensive program designed to support daily learning and engagement. With 60 cards per module, there's a wealth of knowledge and inspiration waiting to be discovered. Choose from our 12 specialized modules, covering topics from enhancing cognitive health to overcoming challenges like depression and isolation. Living longer and healthier. Age is only a number. Thinking styles and outlook, etc. Whether you're addressing specific needs or simply exploring new interests, there's a module tailored for every situation. Each card is divided into 4 sections. Key thoughts provide concise lessons. Knowledge deep dive offers in-depth information. Activities and exercises engage participants. And inspirational stories inspire and uplift. Scan the QR code on any card to delve deeper into its background and explore additional content online. These decks aren't just tools, they're companions in an older adult's journey toward better living and happiness. You can get a single module, 4 or more modules, or simply get a complete set of 12 to unlock full potential of our program. Join this journey because you deserve better. For more information, visit our website, www.livingto100.club.
Wow. Well,
Thanks.
John, yeah, I can see you've been a busy guy. I can appreciate the amount of effort you had to
Yeah.
put into creating all that. Really good job. I
Yeah, thank
congratulate
you.
on
Thank you.
that work.
I spent the last year on it. Of course, like I said, I collected a lot of the past writings I have and
Mhm.
activities. And, I got a great designer who did the box design and a great copy editor. And, I spent every day for a year
Yeah.
getting these. And one of the best things is that, I have a sample box here, but each card has the QR code on it. So you can get to the original, the source of that particular topic and, discussion topics, activities, and, 12 different topics. So there's a lot of information there. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. How about let's kind of briefly go through. We don't have to go through all of them if you want, but
Sure.
if we have time, go through them and tell a little bit more about what's in there and how people can use it, how they should best could use it.
Yeah. Well, again, 12 topics. And, it's really designed for people who are doing group activities like at senior centers or senior communities, senior living settings. But I found that there are some family members and caregivers who are attracted to this concept because it gives them something. If they're spending, several hours a day at, maybe a home care aide, how can we make this activity more engaging, more stimulating, cognitively challenging? So I've got 12 topics, and let me see, I don't have a good list, but what we know about living longer and healthier. Let me grab them.
Mhm. Yeah, I can see the real value in this too, just to
Yeah.
get people more engaged mentally, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Scientific proof that age is only a number. This is all about thinking styles and positive psychology, what's going on in our head, affirmations and negative thinking, and then coping skills when we're faced with, there's a lot of topics, and I know we're short on time, but my goal was to really help people understand that older adults have an untapped ability to grow and change. And it's easy to, think that, gee, I'm in my 70s, 80s, I better slow down. That's an old stereotype, and we're getting rid of that. So that ageist attitude doesn't work anymore. And we really have so many more years. I won't say that for everyone. We're not all going to live to 100. We know that. And I'm not promoting that we all should live to 100. I'm saying as long as we're living and moving forward, staying positive no matter what gets in the way. So, we can open new doors. We can look at opportunities. My last module, number 12, I thought it was going to be hard, but it was actually fun and almost one of the easiest. What opportunities lie ahead? And all kinds of opportunities out there, not just travel, but there's all kinds of volunteering and mentoring and, being involved with the national parks. And the Department of Labor has wonderful websites available on what kind of jobs to look at and what kind of opportunities after retirement. There's a lot of information, so I wanted to bring this all to the user. And I think family members, there's I have someone who bought one of the chapters on depression, overcoming depression, because he was concerned and had a family member, and it talks about manic depression and grief disorders and all of that. So there are some clinical topics. Another chapter is on understanding delirium and dementia and depression and how they look alike and how they're different. So again, a lot of useful information. One of the best parts is that all the research is done for you. Half of the cards have there's 60 in each deck, but half the cards are background information like research, books, articles, learning, lesson plans. So if you want to dig, if you want more information, it's there, no matter how much you want. If you want a little, it's there. If you want a lot, it's there. And then the other half is really all about activities, exercises, um, inspirational stories. I got some great videos from YouTube where people can talk about, gee, my life opened up when I took this direction. I opened up this door. So there's, education and inspiration.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a great resource. You've got really great resources for all the different, well, maybe not all the challenges that
Yeah.
we'll deal with, but a lot of the main challenges that
Mhm.
people are dealing with, and especially as we age. I mean,
Yeah.
there are some specific challenges to aging.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
no question about that.
Just quickly, if I could add, one of the modules is just on increasing engagement and connection, because we all see people who are kind of retreating and pulling back and sometimes just isolating. And we know loneliness is a real serious issue for older adults, as the Surgeon General talked about last year. So I devoted this whole deck just on helping people overcome some of those barriers, helping them drop some of the walls that they need because they're, kind of fearful or isolated. They're not social. And how can we help people, get more engaged? Because social engagement, that's one of the keys to longevity. And the blue zones taught us that, and so many other research studies are showing that connection with other people really helps us to live longer and live healthier.
That's just what I was going to say as you were talking about the blue zones. I've shown one of the main. I think it's probably one of the most important things why people in the blue zones in these communities that
Yeah.
the majority of people do live to 100 and stay fairly healthy, can take care of themselves, because they're real connected. They have a real community. They take care of each other. They engage with each other. They have activities.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's really a big one.
Yeah.
And of course, so do you also address things like exercise and diet and
Yeah.
eating
Uh-huh.
healthy? Yeah, talk
That's,
a little.
I
Talk,
talk a lot about the blue zones, and I consider that kind of the foundation for longevity and what we've learned from the centenarian. So, yeah, there's sections on, diet, nutrition, and intermittent fasting, and, the importance of staying physically fit and all of that. I think the blue zones taught us, are still teaching us so much about staying healthy as we age. Yeah.
an interesting thing is, there's one blue zone in Yorba Linda, which is just up
Yes.
in Orange County. Pretty
Yeah.
interesting. And I always forget, because I think the main reason is that it's kind of a smaller city, and the majority of the people there, there's some religious science or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Hmm.
But one time, here's the funny thing though. I heard an interview of the head minister guy there.
Oh.
He was like 90 years old,
Oh, wow.
really energetic.
Hmm.
And it was funny because what I teach, Joe, as you know,
Hmm.
is not anti-aging but anti-growing old. We
Yes.
have to age, but you don't have to become old.
Yeah.
And they asked him, well, what's one of your biggest secrets for not becoming old? And you know what he said? Don't hang around with old people.
Uh-huh.
and,
Yeah.
and that's not again, old's got nothing to do with your age. It's how how
Yeah.
you are living, how you present yourself, and
Mhm.
how you feel about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So old,
I,
it's just how you take care of yourself. Yeah.
that's great. I read about this. The oldest person who living in the U.S. and he died a couple months ago. Maury Markov was his name. He was 111. And, it was a great story. And I'd like to tell the story because he, had different jobs over the years and worked in factories and kind of as a mechanic. And he started creating his own sculptures, from metal. And he would create these artworks. And at age 100, he had his first gallery exhibit of his
So cool.
artwork. And
That's so cool.
he talked about, well, this what difference does my age make, because I'm still very active and I want to do this. So I think that's that just kind of opens
That's
our
living
eyes a
proof.
little bit, that why think about slowing down, why not think about growing and changing, and like I say, opening new doors.
Yeah, there's some really good living proof.
Yeah,
Okay, I have an important message for you. We're going to take a short 60-second
sure.
break, and when we come back, we'll let you know how you can join Joe's club and get his card decks and a little bit more information about that. Hello, I'm Rico Caveglia, creator of the Ageless Living Lifestyle. If you are concerned about premature aging and you want to avoid disease and old age, and you want to live a more healthy, energetic, and vital long life, I have proven solutions for you. So number one, go to agelessliving.lifestyle.com and take our aging quiz to see how well you are doing. And number two, book your free coaching session with me to discuss your wellness challenges, and I promise to get you going on the right track. You can transform your health and your life, and I can help. All right, we're back with psychologist and author Joe Casciani with his new purpose and positivity card decks. So I tell our audience where they can go and how they can join your club, and how they can
Sure.
get a copy of your deck.
Yeah. So my website is living200.club, not .org or .com, but .club, living200.club. And you can go there, sign up for my email list, and you can download a free copy of my 9 strategies for living longer and healthier. It's a free PDF. So you just can sign up for that and you get that downloaded. You can read my blogs. I do podcasts. I've been doing podcasts for 6 years. I just did my 238th episode this week, and I love to do podcasts, and I love to bring information to my audience. Thirdly, you can pick up a copy of my book, which is Living Longer is the New Normal, and that's available on Amazon. I'm available for one-on-one consultation if anyone is interested in that, and maybe helping through the rough spots, or concerned about a family member. You can go to my website, or you can give me a call, 858-272-3992, or my email is jc@living200.club. And lastly, take a look at my website, which has a new landing page all about my Better, Longer, and Happier card deck series. That's living200.club/BLH. So a lot of information out there. And tune into my podcasts. I got great guests. Rico was a guest in the past, and I continue to enjoy thoroughly the messages that our guests share.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for that. And yeah, we'll also put all that information, the contact information, in the show description for you.
Great, great.
Well, we've just got about a little over a minute to go here. How about just real briefly, who would you say would really, who you designed the card decks for? Who would benefit most from them?
Yeah, I think people who are involved with older adults in some setting, maybe activity directors, program directors, really that want to engage their members in some challenging cognitive challenge discussions, helping them overcome some of the barriers about maybe engaging, staying socially connected. But again, it's really it can be useful for an individual, family member, or consumer who are concerned, and home health directors, senior centers. There's a whole range of people. I think it's a good, useful resource. to make use of. Yeah.
Well, really good, Joe.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, and thanks so much for for what you offer people. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. I really appreciate it. Great interview. And so, if you like today's episode, tell your friends about the Fearless Aging TV show. And you can also go to agelesslivinglifestyle.com and there and click on our TV podcast link, and you can subscribe to our TV show, and you can watch our shows anytime on my YouTube channel as well. So thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to seeing you for our next episode.
Thanks
a lot,
very much.
Joe. Thank you, Joe. That was
Thank
great.
you, Rico.